Welcome to the quietest ones in the room with your host, Trey. Look, I gotta say it once again. Just the mere fact that you have clicked onto this video and you are listening to the sound of my voice, you by far are the most intelligent people on the face of the planet. So once again, thank you for joining me. I gotta say this before we get started. I am under the weather here. Allergies kicking my ass. And nonetheless, I still have to come talk about someone that I thought it was necessary to speak on today as the clown of the day. This individual goes by the name of Jasmine Crockett. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Jasmine Crockett. You're probably familiar with Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett as a young politician with some interesting takes over time has found herself being in the media for making some statements that might actually, from my perspective, hurt her chances of big time political aspiration. And let's get to it in terms of what was said. So Jasmine Crockett came out at a human rights event for LGBTQ and interestingly thought it was best to start talking about Governor Greg Abbott of Texas. And he started out by saying something about referring to him as Hot Wheels. And if you don't know, Governor Greg Abbott is in a wheelchair. And he wasn't even at the event. So she's talking about him and saying, call him Hot Wheels. And after this said he was a hot mess. And then from the event, he received a lot of criticism. And he said that she wasn't throwing a jab at him regarding him being in the wheelchair. She was talking about how he sent migrants to black-led cities across America, sent migrants there. And I was thinking to myself, no, I certainly think that she was trying to throw a jab at him. You know, we live in that political climate where so many politicians, want to be kind of like Trump, where, you say outlandish things, disrespectful things to get attention, to get your point across. But what's so interesting about this is she's talking about Greg Abbott. He's not there, and the event had nothing to do with immigration. It was all about human rights for LGBTQ. So why was she talking about this? And I just like, it was in California, and I'm like, did she have too much to drink somewhere and she showed up to the event? Or it just doesn't make any sense why she would do something like this when, little things like this can actually hurt someone like her as she looks to make bigger plays in her political career. Now that's on tape. And I don't think she'll ever be able to walk that one away, even though she tried to come up with a clever explanation that I don't think anyone's buying. But a lot of people like Jasmine Crockett because she's fiery. She represents, a lot of minorities, a lot of Black women like her. And she has been known to say some of the most outlandish things that people think, but they would never say in a courtroom or, on a Senate floor or in Congress. Like, she finds ways to cause a stir over and over and over again. And so I found it interesting. I think Jasmine Crockett is a pretty smart person. I think she knows how to use her words. And I think that for whatever reason, she thought this would be the best place to talk about it. But I'm sure the people who were there, the LGBTQ community, didn't take kindly to bringing up an issue that had nothing to do with why she was there. And I'm starting to see covered more than the information that came out about her calling Greg Abbott Hot Wheels. But it was just like, for what? Why did she feel it was appropriate to do such a thing? And for that, she gets clown of the day. She gets clown of the day because it was just unnecessary. And then she tried to come up with a lame excuse about what she meant by Hot Wheels. It's like, I mean, if she wants to take personal jabs, I get it. Like, you know, maybe she thought it was a roast or something, a roast opportunity. But, I mean, you could roast Jasmine Crockett if you're Greg Abbott easily. I mean, I think to myself all the time, like, is it Jasmine Crockett I'm looking at, or is it, I'm looking at like Trump light, you know? She's trying to play some of that same game, but not nearly as effective at it. But she's talented as a young politician. She's got a long career ahead of her. And if this is the way she wants to establish herself, maybe it's going to work for some people. But considering how she came out with the excuse that, oh, it was because of his immigration policies, considering how many people, you know, are fed up with the immigration policies in America, she's not really positioning herself well long term. So those are my thoughts. Like I said, I'm a little under the weather today, but I still had to come and bring another clown of the day, Jasmine Crockett. Maybe you believe what she said, maybe you don't. I'm curious what so many people's thoughts are about Jasmine Crockett. Seems like it's continued to evolve, the opinions on her. So please share your thoughts in the comment section. Please like, share, subscribe. And once again, I just want to thank you guys for rocking with me, motivating me to do these. And as always, until next time.